Greetings from Homestead Garden. This is Tim here. It's time for our July garden update. As you can see, the broccoli over here, it's just about dead. I've got to have my father-in-law rototill that in, and that is where I'm going to put the next batch of squash. Right next to that is the peppers that need to be weeded. And then next to that is the tomatoes. The tomatoes have like 2 layers of the Florida weave done to them so far to keep them in between the stakes, and they go from like right here all the way to out here. And I need to weave some more line in between those. Just past them is the squash and the zucchini. Most of my zucchini have died. They got powdery mildew on them, and they basically died in about a day and a half. I have gotten, I think in my journal I've counted 20 something zucchinis so far out of them, and I do have 1 zucchini plant left right here. Just past them are the summer squash, and I've gotten someplace in and around I think 30 plus summer squash, and past them are the butternut squash that really aren't doing anything. It's too hot for them. And then okra in that last layer right there, that last row next to the broccoli. And that's not doing very well either. I planted like 40 seeds and I'm only getting I think 3 of them up, so I'll probably rototill that and put squash there also. Out past the squash, out past the okra here on the back corner is the cucumbers that I trellised, and they are going crazy. I think there's 6 of them there, and they're just insane. They're growing all sorts of cucumbers, and right next to them I've got some sunflowers, and they're doing pretty good. In between them and the corn there is an open space. There's nothing right there right now, just a bunch of weeds. Next to that is the corn, and I've got 2 sets of corn growing here. And then if you look right here, this is all cucumbers. I thought this was squash, and I thought it was a volunteer squash, but it's actually cucumbers. And it has gone out all over my corn, and it is starting to go up my green beans here. And I am inundated with beetles, and they are just chewing everything to bits. I've got a beetle trap, and it's full, and that's actually 2 days. My blackberries along the whole fence row here are still producing. Just not as many as I had hoped, and as I got last year. Last year I got a ton of them. This year not so many. Last year I think we had 5 gallons about this time. This year we're at I think about 3. But I did pick a gallon of raspberries, red raspberries, up on the mountains last week, and they're doing pretty good here. The beans are still getting chewed to bits by the bugs. I've been canning like crazy. We've canned pickles and relish, and I'm making some more sauerkraut right now. And these cucumbers here are going crazy, and they're just growing like crazy. I've got whole mess of weeds back here that I need to weed out and rototill all the spot where the onions all were. And then my potatoes, I let them go, and I'm actually getting ready to pull them out and weed that all out and start it over with something else. And I've actually got a volunteer watermelon right here, and that actually is from someplace in my potato bed, which is more like a weed bed right now. We're going crazy here trying to get it all done. That's why we haven't really made a whole lot of videos. Tomatoes, I've got the 30 tomato plants here. They're going crazy. I've got some with tomatoes that are just about red now, so we'll be eating them soon. Blueberries are coming up next. I've got to actually Florida weave these ones here. I thought I'd already done that. Dear God, I'm forgetting what I'm doing now. But yeah, it's been crazy. We're going non-stop here. There's more weeds than there is time for us to do it all. But it's been a very good year for us so far. I think I picked 3 quarts of beans yesterday or the day before that, and I'll probably end up doing the same thing on Saturday. Tomorrow we have a convention to go to. But yeah, it's been real good. I've got a journal this year, and I'm actually journaling everything. So I'll actually be able to show what our little homestead here has produced in produce for us this year. And I need to mow, and there's always another project or two to do. These are the Romas that we're growing here, and if you look, they're just beautiful. So yep, can't wait to do sauce, and that'll come up after blueberries. We do blueberries next. I don't know how many of those we'll probably do this year. Depends on what Helen wants to do. I don't know if we'll freeze a ton of them or if we'll end up making jelly and jam out of them. I know the baby loves the blackberries and the raspberries, so we'll probably save some of them in the freezer for her, and she'll eat those with her breakfast and stuff. She likes that. This is Homestead and Rental, just showing you what's been happening here. And yes, my garden has a ton of weeds in it. There's probably more weeds here than there is plants, but I know where the plants are, and I pick off those. I've actually got beans back in here that I haven't even been able to get into because of all of the cucumbers that just volunteered and came up. And the mammoth sunflowers are coming out of the top there. That was the worst idea I've ever had. That teepee is 8 feet tall, and that sunflower is about 2 foot taller than that, and there's beans growing on it. So there's some beans I won't end up getting. Yeah, note to self, won't do that again. That's Homestead and Rental, just showing you what's been happening in our garden. I hope your garden's doing well, and I hope you are having a great summer, and you're getting all your projects done. Before you know it, it'll be winter again, and you'll be dreaming about next year's garden. But right now, just living the dream. This is Greetings, Homestead and Rental. Over.